Everyone, so in the last video I discussed how to create a free subdomain and make sure you are on the free WordPress plan. So now we got this free design, and it's probably not necessarily even the best design for us. So let's look here. Let's get the site first, because one thing these sites might come with, if you just picked out some random layout in the beginning, is it might come with some already pre-designed posts, which obviously you want to get rid of. I didn't, if I'm focusing on travel, I mean, maybe photography, maybe I'm focusing on cooking, like these they don't fit with my topic and I didn't even write them, so I want to get rid of those posts. They don't exist. And then I want to make sure that I have the best theme for my topic. So if you scroll all the way, so I'm working here on the left. This is the part that hasn't changed with WordPress. That's setting up a site. That has changed quite often. But this here on the left, this isn't changed, which is great because this is a familiar territory. Once you learn it, hopefully it won't change much in the future. But it has been fairly stable the way that this operates. So the site is pages, posts, media, comments, feedback. So I just went to posts, get rid of those extra posts. Close that back up, and now look at design. Look at the different themes. So if you scroll down, show all themes, like you want to see all the possibilities, all the ways that your site could look. But you do not want to pay anything, so make sure you select free. So again, when you're looking through these templates, think about how you want your site to look, what's going to be your primary mode, or how intensive your visuals are going to be, how text heavy is it going to be. So thinking about that, do you have a real good image that you think would be a great one to put on your site? If not, then you would probably look at something that's a little less visual and a little bit more text-based, say like this one. And so try and customize is you could try something out before it replaces the old one, or you could just hit activate and just completely get rid of the old one. I know I want something different, so I'm just going to hit activate. And now I want to customize this site. And certainly it would be much easier if you could just start with a nice blank slate, but all these things are designed to supposedly help you. It's already on the way to being a full website with just a little tweaking, but if you don't like the way it's set up, then it becomes a lot more work. All right, so if I don't want a home page, like if I want the page to open right at the blog, then I need to get rid of this page here. So whenever you see the little pencil when you're looking at this page, that means it's something you can change. So I clicked on this, and now it shows me the two different pages, home and blog. And I want to remove this one. I just want to get rid of it. I just want it to be gone. All right. So now this is the primary page. You can add in items, whatever would work with your topic. If you had like a gallery of pieces you designed, if you were a crafter, or like, photo albums, something like that, you could have like this other page, or something that's just about you. You could have that as well. So just looking here at the other options, we immediately see this little picture icon, which means we could make a picture, put it up there. Now, when you're thinking about this, and you're like, oh, that's a nice pre-designed image that already exists, you want to know anything that's here is going to be on, hundreds of other WordPress sites. So it would be much better to find your own image and upload that on your site. Just making sure you own it, or it's licensed to be shared. So making sure you avoid copyright if you're, selecting a file to add there. All right, so I'm going to save those changes. All right. Alright, so there's a lot of like trash that just exists in this predetermined theme that I had or that I started with. This is actually trash more from the original one. So I can just get rid of everything, which I think is a great. I think it's just better to start with that blank slate. You know, I don't even want it to say home. Just gonna get rid of everything. So the way it operates, you can kind of see. Delete. They're kind of like these blocks. It's a lot of clicking around, which is pretty much anything when you're doing any of these kind of web builders. It just involves a lot of clicking to get rid of things, and then a lot of rebuilding to get how you like it. So just getting rid of all of this. Just figuring out how to get rid of it, though, is a little hard. There we go. There we go. Just removing all these blocks. All right. So that feels good to me. All right, I'm going to hit update. Go back to here. Oh, and this now looks like a little out of date. I'm going to go back to the customize, see if it updated there. Maybe I forgot to do something. No, it's all gone. Yes. All right. So next thing I want to work on is my widgets. So widgets is a term you may have heard or may not have heard. They're just like these little things that you can have that you can just add to your site, like little pieces of programming. Like if you want to connect to your social media. So I'm on Twitter, so I might want my Twitter timeline on there. And done. Is it there? Oh no. I have it on the bottom. I don't want it there. I wanted it on the sidebar. So now I have to delete it. I have to go back. Now I want it on the sidebar. Obviously, I mean, all this is your preference. So really thinking about layout, you want to have it a certain way because it's how you want people to interact. I just think it looks nicer to have that text, big text in the middle and some sidebars. You know, and you can make this longer or small. You know, you can play around with the height and the width. You know, you really do have a lot of control here. All right, so I'm going to add another widget. And with the follow me. So this is allows people to follow your blog. Actually, do I want a follow me? Let me look here. Or do I want... let's see, delete. Let's try that again. I think I clicked a little too soon. Follow button. Follow button. Yeah, that's much better. All right, let's see if it's there. Follow. And you might think about categories as another common one that would be on a sideline, and this is just, if you had a lot of blogs, it helps people find the ones that they are looking for. You know, if they were looking for ones that are about writing or literature, or if you're doing cooking, you'd have categories like pasta, desserts. So you might have it, you might not have it. So this one, I put that as like a common widget just to kind of get you familiar with widgets. But it might might not be necessary. I'm gonna hit save changes. I'm gonna X out of that. And now I'm gonna go back to this site thing and post. If you have a new post or if you hit just right up here, either one of these is gonna get you a new blog. All right, or blog post. Blog is a hard word, like blog's a website, but it's also a verb, so it can be easy. It's my first post. Welcome to my site. All right, so you think, oh, wow, this is really very bare. Where is all the, you know, the content, the media? It's multimodal writing, right? right here, this is where you find everything. So if you want a picture, you type in image, and then you could, I'm just going to select one from the media library just for sake of time, but obviously you preferably it'd be your own one. Hyperlinks is another thing you'd want to have in your posts if possible, because it helps you show up in the search engines. So hit this little chain piece. Whenever you see that, you know that means hyperlink. I like things to open in new tabs. It's already set how I want it. I'm just going to put .google.com because obviously I don't need to set anything up. So to go back to this plus thing, you know, YouTube, you know, different embed codes can be, you know, if there's anything you want to embed, like SoundCloud, you know, I do those little audios that has embed codes. So anything with that kind of code you can put in there. So there's a lot of different options of all the content you could search in here. So that's how WordPress operates, and that's a little different than it's operated in the past. All right, so if you want to preview what this looks like, which is always a good idea, right? Something might not look how you want it. All right, so now that's the basics. We changed our layout. We added our widgets. We made our first blog post. So one thing you might notice here, I have this, you know, about the author. So that's one thing you want to think about is, right here. This is where that is, that little icon, my profile. It's good to have a profile. It's good to have a bio. Somebody might want to know, why should I listen to you? Why should I take your word that this is the best restaurant in Saginaw, Michigan? Why should you take my word that this is how you should write a blog? Who are you to tell me about blogging? So this profile lets you kind of tell a little bit more about yourself. So always a good important thing. So update that. You should have that right up top here. This little circle will help you update your profile. All right, I think I covered all the basics when it comes to customizing your site, writing your first blog, adding your widgets, updating your profile. If you have any other questions about WordPress, please do not hesitate to email me. I'm happy to create more videos on more instruction. Thanks.